Welcome, Oracle or Oracle Curious. This is a different kind of video than I have done before, but I keep being bombarded with the statement, the oracles have returned. The oracles are returning. And this is going to be a little bit of a cosmic decoding national treasure story time of sorts. I'm curious if anyone's been having similar revelations or experiences, but this is the way that synchronicity and destiny and prophecy and symbols sent from the divine and our higher selves can unfold. I found it to be very interesting and I have felt called to express it. So this all began when I was going to see my friend and we ended up in this shop and I saw this card deck and I love cards. I hadn't bought a new deck in a long time, but I instantly saw this one and I was like, I need that, and I picked it up and I bought it. I had never heard of the Oracle of Delphi. I actually don't even know if it's Delphi or Delphi, but I think it's ancient Greek and Delphi sounds more correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And so I got it just because I was drawn to it and I started using it and I'm obsessed. It has all of these like very powerful archetypes within it. Divine archetypes, sovereign, divine, advocate, all of these things. Messenger, alchemist, enchanter, wayshower. Actually, the first message I did of the daily messages that I started on the Lion's Gate was with this deck. And it was because I was driving in my car and I was saying this message or saying this affirmation from Hot High Priestess. Shout out Hot High Priestess. I'm available for more. I'm available for more. And the second I said it 3 times, that literally just came into my head. Do a message every day. And when I looked up, I saw several synchronicities like boom right in a row as I'm driving that were such obvious confirmation that I was like, done deal. Like I will listen, I will heed the call without there being any attachment to what happens. Like it was just too obvious. This is the deck I used for that first message. I think it was called You Got That Polarity Power less than a month ago on the Lion's Gate. And after a little bit, I was like, I should go look up what that Oracles of Delphi thing is. Like I was like, this deck is really lit and there's something going on here. And the other interesting thing is that my good friend and I, my witch sister bestie Victoria and I, we completely off the cuff began like calling each other the Oracle, and we'll like consult when we have a question, but we'll consult in the way that we message each other and say, I have a question for the Oracle. And the other person will assume like a hollow thread of the Oracle. Like I'm no longer Annika, I'm the Oracle answering what she needs to know. And I'll know because I'm not thinking from a place of knowing her and what's going on and what she's doing. I'm just channeling whatever comes through. And same with her to me. And so we've been doing that for quite some time and it just happened spontaneously. And the other interesting thing is that she invited me on a trip to Greece this past year. I had honestly actually been feeling the vibes of Greece and I had a photo on my wallpaper and was just kind of calling it in, but lightly. Just the vibes. It was on my manifesting wallpaper. And then her and my other friend invited me to go to Greece and they had like planned the whole trip. We went to Athens and I did not expect Athens, because we also went to an island. I did not expect Athens to be so energetically potent and powerful. Like I was blown away. It was absolutely incredible. You could feel like this ancient power pulsating through it. Like all the ruins, all the stuff that looked like this. So none of this I had put together. That was back in May. This I got maybe a month ago. And then what all clicked into place was I was reading this post. This woman is also on YouTube and she's an incredible channel. I feel like with all the channels, like I've made the joke before, it's funny because they're like, these people channeling have a channel on YouTube. It's like a channel for channeling. Everyone has a different vibe. Everyone's on a different frequency. And so not every reader is going to resonate with everyone. Not every oracle is going to resonate with everyone. But I saw this post after I had just recently been like, I should look this up. And then she posted, the ancient oracles at Delphi in caves on mountaintops were often misunderstood by society. Well, so this is what she's saying here actually. The ancient oracles at Delphi in caves on mountaintops, so not just the oracles, the oracle of Delphi, but the oracles everywhere, the ancient oracles. The ones who brought through prophecy and translated messages from the cosmos, from the ethers. Not even always prophecy, but like channeling divine energy for like whatever needs to come through into this realm. So the ancient oracles at Delphi in caves on mountaintops were often misunderstood by society. They lived at the edge of consciousness, receiving transmissions that others couldn't hear, processing energy that others couldn't hold. People would call them mad, delusional, unstable, when in truth they were living conduits of multi-dimensional intelligence. I have chills. And so I saw that she posted this maybe like a week after I started posting these messages on YouTube, and like a couple of days after I was like, maybe I should Google what that is because I'm intrigued. And also, this woman, I'd seen her on YouTube for a long time, but like I never was in full resonance with the messages, and I just had started listening to her and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm on the frequency now. She's like really picking up on my energy now, because that's really how it works. It's interesting. You could also listen to a reader or an oracle for some time and then you're no longer in resonance with them and you're just like, thank you for the guidance, thank you for the energy, thank you for the mirror, and then onwards you might come back. Who knows? It's a resonance game. And so I saw that and it was like full chills, and I sent it to my friend who we call each other the oracle, and I was like, there is something going on. And I then kept hearing oracles are returning, like the oracles have returned. And of course, this is a reawakening. Like the spiral is rising once again. Ancient codes that were shut down for a very specific reason were like, they were never able to be eradicated, and they hung in the ethers and in sacred objects and within our divine DNA, within our Akash, until the spiral could start rising again. And then we start waking up one by one. And there's a very interesting podcast that has way too few listens, and this girl has way too few follows, because she takes the history of all of this, like the fall of us being connected to our divine source and fully activated and coherent, to like the inversion and the hijacking of the divine connection and the coherence. And she talks about the spiral and about how now it's rising again, and that is why people are waking up. That is why people are remembering where they came from. I think we need to switch the mic because of the audio. Give me one sec. Okay, so I'm taking you on a little alchemist journey of sorts. I don't know if you've ever read the book The Alchemist, but I love it so much because it genuinely lays out like the treasure hunt that one's life can be when they're connected to the omens that are coming through, the signs, the synchronicities. It's this like incredible unfolding. And this was one of those ones that swept me off my feet a little bit. And I'd been wanting to film this for a while, and then tonight I got this final sign and I was like, I just have to do it immediately. So maybe I'll talk about it in a more structured way at some point. But like I said, I'm going to tag this podcast down below because it talks about this history and about how the spiral is rising again, and this information, this remembrance is coming alive within so many of us. And so it's not just the oracles that are returning, it is the healers, it is the sacred warriors, it is the bringers of justice, it is the magi's, it is the, all of these divine archetypes. Many of us hold many of them because we are multidimensional beings, and we are here to activate this remembrance within us, and then that activation turns the lamp on within others, and slowly we remember our divine connection to source. We start to value our experience of gnosis, our own knowing, that vertical connection to source, and remember our own power, because we were cut off from that, making us think we had to go outside for it. to disempower us, because we're very powerful when we're connected to the divine. You don't need anyone to tell you where to go or what to do. You have your own direct connection. And so very specifically, the feminine force was cut off for all beings, because we all have that aspect of ourselves. And we were vehemently brainwashed to plug into sources outside of ourselves for empowerment, for prosperity, for safety, for all of these things. And now the spiral is rising once again. And that is why the oracles are returning. And that is why all of like the incredible channels who are out here on YouTube, of course, there's like a full spectrum. That's why you always want to trust your intuition, your own connection to source, and what is going to be benefiting you. But like, there's some really lit channels out here. It's not just like some spiritual girlies having some fun doing some woo-woo-ish. No, the oracles are returning, and they are here to channel messages from the etheric realms, literal chills, to bring more cosmic divine energy onto the planet, resonating. The information starts to resonate, which is when like frequencies start to match up, to resonate with people who are here. People who are here start resonating more on those frequencies, having the awakenings thanks to the messages that come through from the higher planes. And it is one of the ways that we are able to ascend and evolve. And so many of these archetypes who came here, it all is for that same journey, to help bring coherence to the planet, balance to the realm, and evolution and liberation for all beings. But I'm specifically speaking to the experience of the oracles and the role that they play in this. And that prophecy isn't just this is like what got me to it too, because I have also very much so resonated with the idea of prophecy, because I feel like prophecies shift and change, but like there is like an overlaying blueprint of like these energetics of things that are meant to unfold, and almost different layers to it. So like, if you move up in a timeline, there's going to be an upgraded version of the prophecy that you're then fulfilling. You could go far beyond the prophecy, do everybody proud. They're going to have to reweave it, the guides and the ethers, because we come here with contracts, ideas for our lives, what we want to do. Not everybody fulfills it, and some people surpass it. And so this was like the final straw for me. Well, this is something else I want to say. Like, sometimes when you're listening to these readings and like the ones you're really vibing with, it is like they're bringing through exactly what your soul needed to hear to make you make the right choice and actually like move in the evolutionary direction or accept something. It's like unbelievable the leaps and bounds you can make when you are connected with a channel that is bringing through information that like the ethers knows you're going to receive it, and it is literally going to be exactly what you need. It's like quantum. It's multidimensional. That's what it is. It's like your soul is like, okay, you're showing up to this channel and you're receiving. I'm going to send stuff through that channel that you need to hear. And the other thing is that it's energy that's unlocking things. It's not just words, it's transmissions. And so that is why you'll like stop and you'll feel the tingles, and like a pop of awareness will open up and something will click into place. It is literally like spoken alchemy, because it is translation of divine energy. And that is why you also it really matters who you're going to, and if it is like a pure channel that is going to help you, because everything is getting channeled through a human vessel, and for a lot of people it's getting channeled through their ego. And so that's also trust your intuition. But this is like not telling you to do anything. This is just sharing this wild experience. So then tonight I'm like doing a reading, and I was like, I want to open a page of the Sophia Code. If you have not read this book, it is literally gospel, but like I'm not religious at all, so take that as me just like using the term to describe to you. This is a very powerful channeled text by Kaya Ra, and it has like all the feminine ascended masters, and it has channeled initiations by them that you speak aloud to activate your divine genome, your divine DNA, and also link up with these feminine ascended masters so that they can help you on your journey of ascension. You like connect with them, and then you'll forever be connected to Mary Magdalene. She'll help you on your path. Mother Mary, she'll help you on your path. And I was like, I'm just going to open to a page, and I was like, what do I need to know? Sophia and Sophia Dragon Tribe, which has all the ascended masters in here. And I land right on this page. One of my readings, by the way, had been like prophecies unfolding. I want to see what it was, because I did this reading and it was all about having the sense that prophecies that had been put, like I'll sometimes like feel this thing in the air that's like, oh my God, like the prophecy has been completed. Like I'll feel like the tone of one, and I'll be like, the prophecy is like literally unfolding, like something is occurring, and then I'll feel when it completes. And not obviously for every prophecy, but it's this very interesting experience that doesn't really make sense to the logical mind, but I'm just like really telling you guys what's up here. So if you're still here, you probably get it, or you're like entertained by the perceived lunacy of it all. But anyway, okay, let's go back to this video we're looking for. Oh my god, this video I was going off. It was the full moon in Aquarius. And like I was sitting down to do a 10-minute reading because I was like, it's late. I said I was gonna do a reading every day. Let's do it. I ended up talking for 46 minutes. And this moon was insane because this was the Lionsgate portal, and then the next day was this Aquarius full moon. And I swear to God, we quantum shifted timelines in that 2-day window, and nothing has been the same. But the title was Prophecies Unfolding, Let the Divine Relax and Let the Divine Carry You Now. And I was talking a lot in these videos around here about prophecy and very connected to the oracle. Oracles speak prophecies, and they also like shift the timelines by speaking more like life and liberation and upliftment and divinity into people. I opened the Sophia Code to a random page tonight, and it's Mother Mary's. I've always felt very connected to Mother Mary, but I did not remember what her key code was about. Listen to this. Mother Mary is a mentor for fulfilling your prophecy. You have a prophecy. Did you know that? Stepping into an age for fulfilling prophecy brings a heightened awareness of your life purpose and spiritual destiny that may often feel daunting to your daily human life. I'm here to help you navigate the way ahead of us as an accessible teacher, friend, and guide for birthing the new prophecies of ancient wisdom carried within your own heart. Then a bunch of information about how you can call upon me for assistance. My deepest desire is for humanity to know itself as the divinity that it seeks. The disconnection between humanity and divinity has gone on for far too long. You are poised at a time of great planetary awakening, where humanity has unprecedented access to a global network of spiritual insight and support from countless masters, both seen and unseen. This quantum leap points to the readiness of humanity's heart to remember its direct connection to Sophia, the divine mother creatrix of all life, and its true worthiness as a species. Just as I revealed the way to many, you also came to be a way shower of humanity's divine worth by believing in yourself and embodying your highest potential. As a mentor for fulfilling prophecy, I guide your awareness to access every opportunity and resource that is available for you to live out your destiny as an important way shower for your generation. I am here to support your courageous mission to speak the new prophecies of ancient wisdom, which will initiate this next golden age of miracles. It's happening again, you guys. When I read this 20 minutes ago, I had chills all over my body, and I literally have chills all over my body. And the oracles have returned. The oracles are returning. Your courageous mission, which is to speak the new prophecies of ancient wisdom, which will initiate this next golden age of miracles. These beings, because it's not just women, real ones who are like out here like channeling the divine energy. And it's not just like for clicks, it's not just like for views, like they are being moved by spirit, they are channeling angels, they are bringing through the wisdom of the ascended masters who can't ground down here in a body. Like there had to be people who would do this. This is not just like speaking little messages here and there. These are new prophecies of ancient wisdom, which will help to guide and initiate this next golden age of miracles. We all have a role to play. You have your own prophecy to fulfill. And some of us are here to speak the prophecies. Wild. So wild. So one symbol that I also noticed, there's so many oracles out there, but like I know so many of them wear this 777 necklace. Okay, so this is my research on the Oracle of Delphi and just like kind of the archetypal nature of it all. The feminine channel. The oracle was seen as an empty vessel, fully open for spirit. Her trance was a mystical marriage between mortal and divine. Why the messages were mysterious. The Greeks believed the gods rarely spoke plainly. Truth was layered to test the wisdom of the seeker. I think the language is a lot more obvious now, but oftentimes it will be poetic AF because it just comes out that way. Oracles could not read on literal, symbolic, and prophetic levels. A single phrase could mean entirely different things to different people depending on the hearer's consciousness. This is so accurate. You will get exactly what you're ready to hear, and it will be so different from something that somebody else gets. Energetic mirror. The oracle acted like a mirror of the seeker's inner state, revealing both what they wanted and what they feared. This is like alchemical ish that is happening. Basically, the oracle disappeared when the Roman Catholic Church rolled through, just like all the other divine feminine arts and mystical practices that empowered the human to be in constant communication with the divine, to channel the divine, to know the divine within oneself. These were the things that were tried to be destroyed, distorted, inverted, and tucked away. Okay, in mystical terms, the oracles were embodiments of feminine spiritual receptivity, acting as conduits for cosmic wisdom. Many see their practice as part shamanic journey, part ritual theater, and part cyclic channeling. I thought that was so interesting because I feel like so many of like the oracles here on YouTube, like there is ritual theater. It's like made to be beautiful. Everybody has their own vibe. Everybody has their own style. The final thing I wanted to say, the past like 4 days, I had broken, I think 4 separate glasses, and I hadn't broke something in a really long time. And glass always is like an alchemical pop of energy. And this last one I broke was this mason jar that was filled to the brim with mulberries, like dried white mulberries, and I dropped it and it just smashed, and it was like so symbolic. The mulberries looked like I was like, I know that mulberries represent something like really potent and powerful, and this was like major. And there was all this information about dried white mulberries representing like the concentration, consolidation, and like retained purity of like spiritual energy and essence. And then the shattering was like, it has to be dispersed now, it has to be shared now. Like you might not feel like you're ready because it was an accident that it broke and flew everywhere, but like this energy has been cultivated and like kept away for so long, growing in its potency, and now is the time. Must be released, must be shared. And so if you're still here, you have that energy within you, and the time is now. Now is the time. So that's the message. Let me know what you think below. Maybe there's somebody out there needing to hear this or has been using similar things. Never forget that you are a prophecy. You hold a prophecy, and basically the only thing we have to do is fulfill it. So I believe in you. I see you. I love you. Much love. Catch you on the next one.